Okay, so yeah, so the intention of today is that we go through the PowerPoint so that you guys know how to actually what the intention is behind the presentation itself, and so that you guys can see how you can then lead the Power Hour. So we already have it translated. Wendy has it translated into Bahasa. So you guys are basically just going to be taking like one day a week and just leading the presentation. So it's going to be at 11 a.m. And I really want you guys to see this as an opportunity for you, because I know that I'm not alone in that consistency is the number one thing that people struggle with. Okay, so the reason why we started doing the Power Hour in English, to be honest, is because I wasn't doing my personal productivity. I was doing coaching calls all day long. I was doing discovery calls for everybody else. I was doing all that stuff, but I wasn't doing my own personal productivity. So anytime I want a particular result in my life, but I haven't gotten it up until that point, then I know that I need to put a structure in place to help me create that. Okay, because if I was gonna be consistent and doing my personal productivity every day, I would have been doing it already. It's not that I didn't want to do it, right? I was in the wrong pattern of thinking, the wrong pattern of behavior. So anytime I want to change a result or a behavior pattern, I
Yeah,
always
more like an accountability.
yep, I put a structure in place. Exactly. So I knew that Dan was also struggling, and I knew that Deep and Simmer were also struggling. So I called all of them together one day and I said, listen, I want to go Ruby. Dan, I know you want to go gold. The girls want to go executive gold. And I said, listen, we all need to put a structure in place to make sure that we're doing the personal productivity that we need to grow our business. And so we just decided, regardless if no one comes, it's just, even if it's just the four of us every day, we're gonna commit to 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. And that's why we started doing it in English. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I happen to know that all three of you are also have a little bit of the same issue, having trouble, with accountability, with consistency, with like that, right? So that's why I said before, I want you to see this as an opportunity for you to have a breakthrough in your own life. Oh, it just said my connection was unstable. Did you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's fun, right? You get to learn how to do a new skill. And once you learn how to effectively lead the Power Hour presentation, you have everything that you need to be like highly effective at contacting and inviting, and be able to coach other people in doing the same thing. So that when you get downlines, okay, you can very easily book them in for a one-on-one session and then just walk them through this process. And they'll pick it up just like this. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I just wanted to say that because
Yes.
I don't want you guys thinking about, oh, this is something I have to do, or oh, this is like one more thing, blah 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 blah, like this whole mindset, right? I want you to change that mindset and think about into the future. Okay, this is something that's really important for me to grow my business. Okay, because I think you guys probably know this about me, but I know all the mindset stuff is really important, all the coaching and the personal development. I know that all of that stuff is super important, and it's something that is important in my life as well. And I know that the only thing that makes money in this business is exactly this. becoming an expert and at contacting and inviting. If you can master this one skill, you have mastered all of the income producing activities. And this is really the gateway to becoming a professional network marketer. So this is in my opinion, is the gateway skill. Okay, so let me open up the PowerPoint. Okay, I'm not going to go through the longer training because that's not what you guys are going to be doing, and it's just too long. Okay, so I'm going to go through the condensed version that you guys are going to be leading each day. Okay, so I just want you guys to know you're not going to be doing, this is not a lot of training or anything like that. Okay, you guys are basically just going to be facilitating the Power Hour. Basically, the Power Hour does itself. Okay, but I just want you to understand a little bit about the process. Okay, so the STI Power Hour, it's a how-to guided contacting and inviting session that transforms your results one day at a time. Okay, can you guys see this slide where it says the number one thing holding you back? Can you see this?
Not yet.
Okay, the slide.
No.
Okay. The slide is hidden. Okay, so how about this? Can you see this?
Not yet.
No?
Oh, because I'm not sharing my I'm not sharing the PowerPoint. That would be the reason why. Okay. So you see this one now?
Still loading.
Good God.
Not yet.
Dewi was doing her meditation on Instagram this morning. I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it too. It's really cool.
And I saw your comment as well. You should know, Dewi, that the point of meditation is not to it's not to empty your mind. Emptying your mind is impossible.
Prepare strategy.
The point of meditation is actually to pay attention to your thoughts, to pay attention to
Never really said anything about emptying the mind.
No, you commented about how you were having trouble because your mind was thinking about the water and you felt like you were going to get attacked by the water.
But yeah.
Can you guys see my slides?
Yeah. The water is high. Yes.
So this is not a slide that you're going to be doing. But you'll have access to it so you can understand.
Okay.
Because I really believe that the number one thing that holds people back from growing their business is that they're scared. They don't know where to find people, and they don't know what to say. These are the things that everyone tells me all the time. I need the script. I need the script. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to find new people. Okay? That's why we have this training, because we show them, find them here, say this. Okay? We want to take away all of the fear in this area. Okay? So that's why we created this training, is to actually unleash people from their biggest fear. And this is really my core belief, that I can show people how to get more done in 5 hours a week than they've gotten done in the last 6 years, 6 months to a year, maybe even more. There are some people that I can guarantee you they've been in the business for 3 years, and I can show them how to get more done in 1 week than they've done their entire career. Okay, I really believe that you can get done shitloads of activity in very short periods of time if you're highly intentional with your time. Okay, most people, they don't know what it means to focus and be highly intentional for a short period of time. So this is why we want to train people in 1 hour a day, compress your activity into 1 hour and just get really good at talking to as many people as you can in 1 hour. And you'll just get a little bit better. You'll talk to a little bit, maybe you talk to one more person a day or a week. Even if you talk to, one more person a week, that's 4 new people a month. That's 26 new people every 6 months. It's like you'll start just growing a little bit more and more. When I started doing this with Simon Chan, there were people that were contacting like 30 people. And I was getting like 4 or 5. And I thought to myself, what is wrong with these people? How can they possibly do that? And Simon is the one that told me. He said, Nathan, a lot of these people have been coming for 3 years. These are 6, 7, and 8 figure earners. And they're coming to his, he does the same thing. He said they've been coming for like 4 years. And he said, just trust me, just keep coming every day. And the amount of people that you can contact in that 15 minutes will just keep going up and up and up and up. Just keep practice. Repetition. Okay, and then the goal every day, okay, I think you guys probably know this a little bit already, right? But the goal is to help people take action and create results. Okay, this is where I think is so important, because I really don't think that people focus on producing results or taking action, right? They have this sort of fantasy in their head that they're growing their business, they're really busy, they're trying to, and they're just not. Okay, all the trainings and everything that are happening, those things are amazing, and it doesn't build your business. Okay, so we want to train people to do the 5 things that are going to help them make money. And then the second reason that we want them to come every day is so that they can overcome their fear of contacting and inviting. Okay, this is the biggest fear that people have, period. If you can get to the point where you can get your new associates to get rid of their fear of contacting and inviting, you will unleash them forever. Okay, so part of it will be working on the mindset. Okay, but the biggest mistake that I see people make is they think that just by reading books or listening to audios or doing trainings, that's going to get rid of the fear. It doesn't. The only thing that gets rid of the fear is doing the thing that you're afraid of. Okay, you can read a manual on how to ride a bike. It is never going to teach you how to ride a bike. I can promise you that. Okay, so the way that we get people over the fear of talking to people they don't know is by helping them, guide them, take them by the hand, and help them talk to people that they don't know. Unstable internet. Okay, and then we just help them understand that everything that you want for yourself is outside of your comfort zone. Contacting and inviting for everyone is outside of their comfort zone. Okay, this is why we want to get them out of their comfort zone for 1 hour a day and make them feel comfortable outside of their comfort zone. This is really the key. Exactly what I just said. Do what scares you and you will be free. It's going to scare you while you're doing it, right? It may not be pleasant, but that's where the freedom comes from.
Yeah.
The freedom comes from enduring things that are unpleasant. Did you want to say something about that, Fiscal?
No, I think I'm now comfortable about it, and I'm past in that struggle, and I just have to focus.
Yeah.
To be a master.
Exactly. And that's why I really I would just love for you to keep doing this until you master it. Once you master it, dude, there's nothing, I promise you, there is nothing in between you and making $1 million in USANA. Once you get over this one fear, there's nothing else. What else can hold you back?
I
Honestly,
need that.
I mean, if you look at this,
Right.
industry, if you were not afraid to talk to anyone, what could possibly hold you back?
Right. No one,
Yeah,
nothing.
nothing. Because what else is there to be afraid of? Once you get comfortable talking to people you don't know, there's nothing else to be afraid of. Okay, and the way that
Right.
we're gonna help them do that is by chunking it down. Okay, we're only going to give them to have them focus on 5 things. Okay, and you guys know the DMO: posting on social media. Okay, I think you guys are all, Zata's already, she's pretty advanced in this area, but the 3 of us are getting better posting on social media. Just say yes, Fiscal. Yes, I am. So you should actually practice at the
Yes, I am.
end of every DMO, just post on social media. This is not something that I'm like super strong in,
Mhm.
but it's something that I've really like put a lot of energy into, like just doing it, because it's not something I have a driver personality, right? This type of thing is not something that is naturally passionate for me at all, like 0%. But I do it. Okay, you just do it until it becomes a habit. That's the way that it goes. Okay, inviting new people. Sorry, finding new people. Okay, this is the one that I think people get the most confused about. And so we want to really demystify finding new prospects for them. Okay, so finding new contacts, inviting people, following up. That's it. Okay, we don't want to, this is not rocket science. Okay, we want to make this simple for them. Fiscal, you want to share something? I can see your brain like.
Um, yeah, this is really good to make it simple to people, to the team. But I just actually got some issues, problem from team, like Desi. Like Desi, she cannot using social media even for. So I think there is a big problems what I see in when we doing a power hour. Even we talk, so better we explain to them how to using social media first, and then they can follow the structure, the MO structure script.
Mm-hmm.
Because like this, she cannot see confused how to post on Instagram, how to like, how to, yeah,
Here's the
how to
thing.
use in social media. And I
I
think
understand. Yeah,
some
go ahead.
sorry,
Go ahead.
yeah. And I think most of the team, they don't know how to use it social media.
Well, that's why we're teaching
Do
them
you
how.
got me?
I got you.
I
I
think
know
it's
I know Wendy is going to be doing some part of the MIC now is going to be called, it's going to be called Going Online. STI Going Online. So she's going to help with that. Did you want to say something about that, Dewi?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like a lot of people who started the Usana business. Um, Many of them they don't really like to be on social media, even though nowadays everybody's on social media, but they don't even know what is email, and then they don't know. Okay, they may have a Facebook, but they don't know if they have an email for that. So it's good that they already have Facebook, meaning that they have already know how to navigate their way around the social media, but not many of them actually know how to be in social media, like what Fiscal said, let alone having all these many platforms from Instagram, from Facebook, from WhatsApp. Nowadays, people are just using WhatsApp for talking, but that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mhm.
think if we really tell them how actually we use the social media and signing up, creating an account, like last time when you helped me to put a better picture rather than just like a very casual picture, but something more professional picture. That's also another thing that usually we don't really know that we need to do all of that things before.
Yeah, I agree. And Zata does a lot of that, right? The branding yourself on social media. So that stuff that they, that stuff that we will do in the
Yeah.
MIC, and it's separate from the Power Hour. So Fiscal, I don't want to seem insensitive, but this is how we're going to teach people how to make money. So people have to learn. So, with Desi, we have all taken her aside and worked with her one-on-one for like hours on how to use social media. And it's just it's not registering. So for her, there's some sort of limiting belief, or there's a block or something happening where it's just not getting in. My dad's 79. The guy can use Facebook. He knows how to use it. He doesn't really post on Instagram, but he has an account. He knows how to use it. So the reality is they may not know how to use it, and then we need to help them learn how to do that. And they just have to learn. Because this is the world, right? You can wish that things would go back to the way that they were, but they're not. So let's focus on the Power Hour will be this, right? And then the people learning how to use social media will be something different. The people that come on the Power Hour, the assumption is that they know how to use social media, and then we're going to use them how to use social media to build their business. Make sense?
Yes.
And it's really useful feedback. This is why you guys should be in the production group. Okay. Now, this is something that I do want you guys to slow down and work with people on. Okay. We don't do a lot of this on the English training anymore because we've done it so many times that everybody knows how to do it. Okay. Now, with Bahasa, there's going to be a lot of people who are new at this. So you have to be able to really slow down and sort of walk them through it. Just like you were saying it a second ago, Fiscal. It's totally okay to do that. Okay. So you can explain to them prospecting means finding new people. Right? The question is, okay, now I'm on social media. How do I find new people? You say, great question. We're going to show you how to do that. Okay. Now, when it comes to meeting new people, we just keep it simple. Okay. If they like to use Facebook, use groups. If you like to use Instagram, use hashtags. That's it. Okay. When you first start, if you want to then, like for example, Fiscal, if you're leading the training, you could actually go into your Instagram and actually do a demo and show them how to do it. Okay. I used to do that a lot when we first started doing the training. Okay. Feel free to do that. I think that adds a lot of value. So you can actually show them how to, you can share your screen, go onto your Instagram, use a couple of different hashtags, show them how to do that. Do you guys know how to do that when you're running a Zoom session to be able to then go into your Instagram like that? You know how to switch screens?
Yeah.
Dewi, your face looks like you're a little bit unsure.
Yeah, I do. So
Okay.
just using the share screen.
Yeah. Yep. Share screen. You can choose the screen. So don't be afraid to do that. Okay. Nobody will judge you. And then you guys know Clam?
Yes.
Fiscal, explain to me how to do Clam.
So Clam is a comment, like, add, or follow them and message.
Exactly. So here again, if you wanted to, go in, where, good Lord, oh my God. Okay, so here is an example where you could literally go in. Oh my God, this Wi-Fi is so slow. Anyway, you could actually show them how to go in and do the clam. Okay, it's a great opportunity to be able to do that. Okay, so don't be afraid to actually open up your Instagram and demonstrate for them how to do it. Which, by the way, might take you outside of your comfort zone. And if that's and if that is the case, great. That's the design. So the more uncomfortable that you guys are at the beginning, the more you know, okay, this is you're now in new territory, learning things, which is great. Okay, and I think you guys know this, right? With the initial message, it's very important that they know. Keep it simple, 2 to 3 sentences. Build, use it to build commonality, and then always end with a question. And then you give them the example. Mention where you find them, compliment them, share something that you have in common, and then ask them a question. Okay, this is like the magic formula. I've been doing this for so long, and this is the thing that I've found really makes the biggest difference. People feel like you're a real human talking to them as if they're a real person. Okay, people like to feel acknowledged, and they like recognition. Okay, so make sure that you're following this process so that you can show them how to follow the same process. And then here we just give them an example. Hi Dewi, how are you? I found your profile from the Bali meditation group, and I've been following your Instagram content. It's very inspiring. I can see that you really take care of your health and also like to inspire others to do the same. I'm also passionate about healthy lifestyle and helping others be their best self. How long have you been meditating? Something very, very simple. Fiscal, you've been using this a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you following the process?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow, but sometimes I just follow the conversation.
Yeah, with the initial message, make sure you're just doing
Sorry?
with the initial message, make sure that you're just doing the 4 elements, okay? So you can practice it and you know how that goes.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, and then after 1 or 2 questions back and forth with the person, you then invite them. Okay, you make that transition.
Okay.
And then here you just explain to them, right? This is where you tell them you cannot say the wrong things to the right people. And you cannot say the right things to the wrong people. If people are looking, it doesn't matter whether you get the words wrong. I think I was sharing with one of you, or maybe on the Powerhour the other day, when I was teaching somebody how to do this process. I was doing a one-on-one training with them, and I used the Google Translate to go from English to Bahasa, and then I translated it back in the app from Bahasa to English. And when it made that transition, it screwed the whole meaning up. So the words in English, it didn't make any sense. And I just copied and pasted it to like 4 different people while I was showing the person. And then I went to go back and look at it, and I'm like, oh my God, this doesn't, the words don't make any sense. But the people still responded. So it's like a great example of like.
Yeah, you were sharing that to me.
Yeah. So it's like a great example. It's like the ones that are looking, they don't care whether you can spell, whether the like anything, any of that, right? They're just looking for opportunities. And there's a lot of people. So this is really where the real freedom comes from. Would you like to share something about that, Dewi? I can hear you.
Yeah, actually, I did uh, the pre-text messages that we saved,
Mm-hmm.
like the one that Alessandra did.
Mm-hmm.
I tried that. It makes a big difference. I don't know why, but it does make a difference where if we're just writing it down, copy and paste it, and then rereading it again and then sending it to them, it takes time. It also takes psychologically different than if we're just put the instant reply, the quick replies that you just like hit send really quickly, read it and then send. It's very different. Don't know why. And also, so there's that one time I copy it and paste it. I just fixed a little bit and then I forgot. I fixed when we greet them, like hi, whoever they are. And I have it like as a coach, so it's still a general term, although he's not really a coach. And I send it, and I was like, well, why didn't I change that? You know, the first thing that I thought. But then, as what you said, you did your part, and it wasn't even like a sentence, and they were still okay. So I was just okay. It's okay if he's not responding, then it's fine. You know, just keep going. But then he actually responded. So then it's also like prove your point where sometimes a little bit mistake in the sentences or in the whatever you call them, it's they would still be okay. You know,
Yeah,
if they want to respond, they will respond.
exactly. See, this is the right mindset. When you have freedom, see, this is such a transformation, Dewi, from the way that you were, 6 months ago. So this is a real testament to show, like, for you to be able to say, oh, I put that out there, and maybe it's not perfect, but it's okay. If he responds, he responds. If he doesn't, no big deal. This is like no attachment, which is
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about here on this slide. Okay, you can share something like this. Actually, you should share something. When you get to this slide, share something from your own life. You can just say, you know what, guys, let me share with you about how it showed up for me. And then you can share. And it will, when you share, it's going to give them so much freedom because it's easier for them to understand when you use examples from your own life.
Yeah.
And you can just say, I cannot believe the amount of freedom that I have now compared to before I started, doing this process. And then this is the last slide before the action. Okay, once you get to the action, it basically just takes care of itself. This slide is really important to me. Okay, and this is where you get them in the...
Your slide is not moving at all.
Yeah, just said
My screen is still stuck as guess what it is. So I don't know whether or not you changed the slide.
Are you serious? All the way back in the beginning?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
why did you wait all of this time?
Is that the same with you, Fiscal?
Yes, but we but
But
we
we're
see
just
it.
listening to you.
Guys, this is like crazy.
Yeah, I thought there is no screen.
No worries, we see many times in Power Hour.
This is like,
So
it's STI
it's
unleashed.
familiar.
You guys are
Yeah.
you're supposed to be sharing with me. So you cannot see this screen then, is what you're saying.
We just have it in our mind.
Uh-huh.
Let me try it again.
The screen stuck.
Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Done.
Jesus. Okay, anyway, this is the one where it says the focus is on the process, not on the results.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now,
Okay.
here is where I would like each of you to share that before you started doing this, you were like nervous about what people were talking about. You're always worried about the results. And because of that, you were going so slow and not really getting a lot of action or not a lot of results. But since, you know, since you started showing up every day, trusting the process, you started to get the results. Now you can see that it really works. Okay. Now,
Yep. Uh-huh.
for some of you, that may not be like totally the truth. Okay. And that's okay, because in language, you can create your own reality. So if you start sharing with them that you've been showing up every day and trusting the process and the results have come, that will actually start happening. So don't worry about if that's not fully true. It's becoming true. So this is how you can use your own, this is how you trick your mind into having it do what you want it to do. Okay, you can actually speak the future into existence. Are you guys clear about that?
Yeah.
Is someone commenting?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's just get to work. Obviously here you play the music and then you're just going to go through the sections. Okay, because you guys are in the beginning and you're going to be probably having to do the training. Okay, we're just going to keep the action sessions to 10 minutes. It's fine. Okay, so you do 10 minutes of approaching. Can you guys see the slides yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
We don't know how to share the music into the Zoom.
you just play YouTube.
Yeah, but then like when I try to share screen, the audio doesn't really come out.
Well, you can ask someone who has audio to be the DJ. Like I'm basically the DJ every day for our English Power Hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you judging my music, Dewi?
No, I was just trying to figure it out, like how can you play the DJ in the separate one? Is it just like turning on like a loudspeaker?
Yeah.
Next to your speaker or mic?
I just play it from my computer.
All right.
I'll show you. I don't know if you can see here. So if you go to share, at the bottom, it'll say share computer sound and optimize screen share for video clip.
I didn't find that.
Okay. I'll just take a little picture of this and I'll put it in the group and I'll circle it so you can see it. So if you turn that on, everyone will be able to hear what comes from your computer. If you don't turn that on, no one will be able to hear. It's like really low and muffled. Okay. Okay. Now, one of the things that I've asked Deep and Simmer and Daniel to stop doing is reading out all of the messages. Okay, it takes time. It's like a little bit confusing. You can let people read the messages for themselves. Okay, with the direct, less direct, and indirect, just cut out the referral. Okay, I'm probably going to just erase this one because no one uses it, and I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, so I'm probably going to replace that with something else. But here, you just explain to them that direct is I'm offering you an opportunity. Less direct is you're working with a team and you think that they might be interested. And indirect is where you're taking the attention completely off of yourself and edifying someone else. And just let them know, unless they've mastered this, use the indirect script. Edify their coach, their mentor, like that. Once they feel more comfortable, then they can move into the less direct and the direct approach. Okay, that's what I would do. Just simplify this. Okay, and then you can explain to them, basically you're only doing one of two things. You're either sending a video or setting up a call with your coach. That's it. It's the only thing you're focusing on. And here you can get questions from people. I think if it's an Indonesian speaker who's asking for questions, I think you guys will get a lot more questions. When I ask people questions, it's like everyone's like, no one says anything. Okay, my guess is they'll feel a little bit more free to ask you guys questions. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask for questions. Let's say, for example, Zata's leading, and she asks if anybody has any questions. If people ask questions and Zata doesn't know the answer, you guys will somebody on the call will know the answer. Okay, so don't worry about whether you know the answer or not. There will be people on there who do. The goal is that you and Fiscal and Dewi and Zata and Wendy, Regina, okay, I'm going to really push Regina to be on these things. Okay, so if the leaders are on there every day, everyone else will follow. So anyway, people will be there to help answer the questions. And then this is what I want to figure out. We haven't put it in yet, but based on what you were saying, Dewi, I think we should teach people how to use the pre-created scripts, but we're not there yet. Okay, so I do have a script. I do have in my notes, it's saved where it has all of the messages. Okay, so if you want, you guys can just put that in the WhatsApp group every day, so people can then just copy and paste from there. I'll put all that stuff in the Powerhour group so you guys can see that. And then the follow-up, you guys have seen this, okay? You just explain to them what scenario 1, 2, and 3 are. So skip this slide. Yeah. Okay, and then that's it.
The screen that you're sharing right now, is it still the approach?
No, this is not. This doesn't. Don't worry about that. That's me planning on how to teach people how to. I'm working on an advanced contacting and inviting system for the people who have been doing this for a while. Taking it to the next level.
So then, when we just started this Power Hour next week, since we start from zero, everybody will start from zero. Does that mean that we're just going to cover most about the starting, more like into the finding and connecting and inviting? Because maybe the follow-up will come later on.
Well, you can let people know if you started.
Or we just cover the whole thing.
Well, you're going to cover the whole thing, but you can say, look, if this is your first day, then you can spend all 3 sections looking for new people.
Yeah, even looking will take a long time because we get distracted.
Well, you want to help them not be distracted. But yes, when people first start, obviously, if they haven't invited anyone, then they have no one to follow up with. So if they get to the follow-up section and they don't have anybody to follow up with, then they can, keep inviting. Just keep them in action. So if you have to spend 30 minutes in training and then only 30 minutes in the inviting in the actual action part, that's fine.
Yeah, it's the foundation that more important.
Yeah. They'll get comfortable. They'll get comfortable with this. They'll get used to it after a while. Okay, so do you guys have any questions for me about any of that?
For now, it's clear.
Dewi, Zata?
So what we do when we do the hashtag from Instagram, where we want to show them where to look for the people, and we have some issue with our Instagram, like last time when you were trying to show me, even before that, I show you that there's an issue when I tried to put in all this keyword and it didn't really show up.
Yeah, you just show other things.
And then when you tried, it also didn't show up.
Yeah,
Then,
it was just that hashtag. When I was using other hashtags, it was showing up.
really?
Yeah. Not there.
Okay.
There was. It seemed like I tried like 2 or 3 of them that had fitness in it, and none of those worked. But then when I did hashtag like something else, like totally random, it worked. So that's never happened before. So I wouldn't worry about that. If you're trying to do something and it doesn't work for whatever reason, just move on. Don't get stuck with it. Be like. Have you ever heard of Bruce Lee? Do you know Bruce Lee? Come
Which
on.
one? Which what? Which quote?
Do you know who Bruce Lee is?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is his famous quote?
Yes, the director.
Bruce Lee's most famous quote is, he said, "Be like water, my friends." So when he says, "Be like water," it means, because you know water can shape to anything, right? If water is going downstream and a log falls in the water, it just changes its direction and goes around the log. If water is going down a river and you put a big rock in the middle, it just goes around the rock, right? So the idea of being like water is you're adaptable. So don't get stuck with anything.
Yes. We can do this.
Are you convinced, Dewi?
A little bit.
Yeah. And look, you're going to do amazing. And there'll be times when you feel weird or whatever. It also happens to me. Because remember, I do this at 7 a.m. every day. Sometimes I'm like half awake. Okay, so, you just be with it. And the reality is, this is going to train you how to be comfortable doing speaking. Because you're going to do it every week.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon you're going to be like laughing, joking, and having fun and like that.
Welcome, Dewi.
Joining your group, Pascal.
Yeah, of course. Zata, any questions or anything from you? I'm just aware that it's 10:01.
No, Coach, I have no question.
Okay.
I'm still listening in the object. Sorry.
In the object. It's okay. So we'll give you guys, we'll assign everybody to a day. We're going to start next week. The time will be at 11 a.m. So if you have any questions before then, just let me know, and I'm happy to work with you more.
So the slides, we're going to get it from you. Are you going to share that in the group?
Yeah, I'll get it from Wendy. It's on the Google Drive, so I'll get that from Wendy,
Okay.
and I'll put it in the group.
Or I think Wendy already shared the drive link where we can always get the material for STI presentation.
Okay, we'll have a look for it in there, and then just go through the slides, right? So you feel comfortable with it.
Okay.
Okay, and then I will
Cool.
put the scripts in the WhatsApp group for that everybody's in, and then I will also send a screenshot of the and I'll circle where you do the share sound when you're sharing from Zoom, so that you can get the audio. Okay. All right, guys. It's 10:02, so the MIC is going to be starting soon. Vincent, I did record this segment, so I can send it to you. We're going to start the Power Hour next week at 11 a.m. Basically, we just want everybody to choose one day so that you know you're essentially responsible for one day. And if you mess up in the beginning, it's okay. No problem.
Good to know.
I don't know if you guys have been on, Anastasia has done our Friday sessions about 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and she's gotten it totally wrong, and it's totally fine. We just help her. Oh, no, you want to go back to this slide. Oh, no, you go over here, like that, and it's okay. Repetition is the mother of skill, and even if you have a couple of bumps along the way, you'll get there, and this will help you build your confidence, and this will give you something that you can get your team on, so people can start producing results. Okay. All right, guys. I have MIC is starting now, and I have another 65 miles that I need to ride tomorrow. So I'm gonna get some sleep. But thank you guys so much for coming on. Have a wonderful day. I love you all.
Thank you, everybody. Good night, Coach Nathan.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a good rest.
Have a good night or good day. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.